Hey y'all, thanks for tuning in. So a few months back, I made a video of why I hate the bracelet on the Omega Speedmaster 3861. It wasn't clickbait, it was my true, honest opinion. I hated it because it was extremely uncomfortable, extremely sharp on the skin. I would wear it within 10 minutes. I would get all these marks on my skin. I'm going to link the video that includes pictures of my wrist after wearing it for just 10 minutes in the description below. So feel free to watch that video before you watch this one. Just to recap, it was completely unwearable for me. It wasn't just mildly uncomfortable, it was extremely uncomfortable. I couldn't wear it for longer than 30 minutes at a time without having to open up the clasp just for some relief. I wasn't wearing it too tight, I wasn't wearing it too loose. I was wearing it how I wear any other watch, but this was the only watch I've ever had that experience with. Not even with Seikos that I wear, other fashion watches that I've worn, never had that issue. So I got a lot of comments on that video. Most of the comments saying that that bracelet is the most comfortable bracelet they've ever worn in their life. And I knew I'd get comments like that because just looking at other YouTube videos, looking at forums, everybody does say that that bracelet is the most comfortable. However, it was not that experience for me, which got me thinking maybe something is just wrong with my bracelet and that's not how the bracelet was supposed to come from the factory. So what I did is I actually reached out to Omega through their portal. I let them know that I purchased the Speedmaster 3861. Let them know very frankly that the bracelet is completely unwearable for me. It's extremely uncomfortable, not even just mildly uncomfortable. It's to the point where I really hated wearing the watch and to the point where I didn't really want to wear it. So what I did is I took that bracelet off. I've been playing with a lot of different Artem straps, which I love. They're much more comfortable than that bracelet. However, sometimes you just want to wear the bracelet. So Omega replied and said, hey, send it in to us for service. We'll take a look at it. We'll let you know what's going on. My complaint to Omega, or not my complaint, in what I had to write up for the service, I let them know, please inspect the underside of my bracelet. It's extremely uncomfortable. Please let me know if something is wrong with my bracelet or if that's just how they come. So as you know, if anybody's ever sent a watch in for service, these manufacturers typically don't really give you too much detail back. Sometimes they kind of just fix the issue and send it back to you under warranty and don't really tell you what they replaced or what was wrong or what they fixed. I had a similar scenario. However, they did do something to fix this bracelet, which I'm going to show you here. Anytime you send an Omega watch in for service, it does come in this red carry-on case here, which is very nice. So let's take a look. So this carry-on case here has basically this this locking mechanism here. It opens up like this. Typically, what you do is you would see your watch in here, but I only sent the bracelet. I did not send the watch head in. So they basically sent back the bracelet in this carry-on case. Take a quick look at the carry-on case here. As with Omega carry-on cases, you have this Omega branding on the pillow here, and this pillow slides out. So if you have a smaller wrist, and your bracelet is smaller, you can slide out this larger portion of the pillow and just wrap your watch around here so it doesn't really stretch the bracelet. However, with my sizing here, I think I will utilize this larger pillow here. If you look at this, there's basically this pull tab here where you can put your paperwork, your warranty information, etc. This is very similar to what actually comes in the Speedmaster box, although what comes in the Speedmaster box, this case is black, and I believe it says Speedmaster on it. I haven't looked at it in a long time. So in Omega's response to me, what they said is they conducted a light polish on the bracelet. So I got that response before I got this bracelet shipped back to me, and I was a little worried. So I was wondering if they polished the outside of the bracelet or had some wear in it due to wearing it up, obviously. I was concerned because my issue is if they were going to polish it, I wanted them to polish the underside because it was very, very uncomfortable. So let's take off this wrapping. I did quickly feel it before I shot this video, and I will say at the first inspection it did seem that it's much more smooth, but I wanted to get a more real reaction on camera here. So bracelet is wrapped very nicely in this plastic here. So this is the underside of the bracelet. With my previous bracelet, just running my fingers back and forth here, it would catch on all these links and it would be extremely sharp. So just running it here, definitely nowhere near as sharp as it used to be. So it looks like they did fix something here. It is catching on the links, so which is expected. Obviously, there's 5 links in this bracelet design. The links are rounded on the underside, so obviously it's not flat like a Rolex Jubilee underside. But just sliding my finger does seem a lot more smooth. It doesn't seem like the issue is 100% taken care of, but I would say it's a good 75%, which is leagues ahead of what I was dealing with. So let's take a look here. I'm just going to run it through the entire side of the bracelet. Okay, yeah, so it's pretty uniform all the way across. They did say that they did a light polish, so it seems that they polished the back of the bracelet here. This watch is under warranty. It comes with a 5-year warranty from Omega. The watch is less than a year old, so obviously falls within the warranty time frame. They didn't charge me for this polish here. And let's just take a look at the bracelet. So obviously the twin trigger release here. Yep, that still works great. And then we do have a micro adjust here. That still works great. You push this tab in. If you want to make it smaller, if your wrist expands, you push this tab in and pull it out. It's only one basically notch. So on my review of this watch, I did wish that it had at least 3 notches. I think that's more realistic, but beggars can't be choosers. At least it has something for those warm days you can kind of pull it out. All right, so far, the bracelet does seem like there's a big improvement, but there's only one way to tell if this issue is truly fixed, for me to wear the watch. So let me be right back. Let me put this on the watch, and then I'll check back with you after wearing it for a little bit to get my honest thoughts. See you guys later. All right, guys, I got the bracelet on the watch. It was very simple to install. I do miss the look of the bracelet. I think it's pretty dressy, vintage all at the same time, but as you guys know, I couldn't wear it. So I've been wearing this watch for about 15 minutes. I know you guys are going to say that's not long at all. However, just wearing it for 10 to 15 minutes previously, I noticed the extreme discomfort. So what are my thoughts right now? I can say that the bracelet itself, it's much smoother. I don't really have the scraping and experience the scraping and sharpness that I did previously. However, the clasp still has the same issue. So I don't think Omega touched the clasp. I did also mention that the clasp was sharp. So my skin is basically rubbing up against the corners here, and I do feel the sharpness. And also, there's a bump here at the clasp. So let me open this up so you get a clearer look. I mentioned this in the other video. So the clasp is flat, and then you have this little bump here. Now this bump digs into your wrist. I definitely feel the bump, definitely noticeable, and I do feel the sharpness of the clasp. However, the bracelet is much better, a lot more comfortable than previously. However, if you were to ask me now, is this a comfortable bracelet? I would say no. It's not uncomfortable except for the clasp area. However, I don't think it's comfortable. All in all, I think in conclusion, there was something wrong with my bracelet. It doesn't look like everyone has the same experience as me. It looks like from the comments, only a handful of people, but those handful of people really had the same experience as me where the bracelet was not wearable. I think Omega did a good job fixing it for the most part. Clasp is still a little bit sharp. This bump does dig into my wrist. However, nothing you can do about that. That's the design of the watch. I think the intent was to keep everything flat and flush up top, and because of the mechanism, you had to create the bump here. However, I would have taken a little bump at the top to make this smooth on the back, but obviously it wouldn't look as aesthetically pleasing. However, it would be a lot more comfortable to wear. Happy to have the bracelet back on this watch because I do love the look of it. I love the polished center links here on the sapphire sandwich. And I'll continue to keep you updated. If I find that wearing it for an extended period of time is extremely uncomfortable, definitely let you know. Let me wind up this watch now and let you see that chronograph hand start. This little bonus for sticking through the end of this video. And as you know, on the sapphire sandwich, you get that applied Omega logo there. So overall, happy with the Omega experience. Omega did not charge me for this, and they did a good job fixing it for the most part. Have a good day, guys, and see you in the next one. Bye now.